Hello everyone, welcome back to FRL League Racing. This is Tier 1. Bit of a strange one for Tier 1. I'm not racing today as much as I usually do. I decided to have the reserve driver, Carl, do the driving today. Now, I have been having audio problems, this race included, so I can't, the commentary's so out of sync that I've just decided to do some voiceovers. Um, Now, bit of a spoiler, some glitches right at the beginning of this race. Um, as well, that really threw things off. Other than that, these are recorded on Twitch. If you want to see them live, there is a link down below for that. Go follow. You can see it live on Sundays. But here we go.
Both Williams drivers, P13 and P15, but Joe is your pole position, followed by Prince and the Aston Martin, then Clasito, very close between those two. OG, Jox and Sammy covered by less than a tenth in P4, 5, 6. Then we have Ricori, then we have Flocky, Caps, the other Haas driver of Shoot, who narrowly beat Deadly by 200ths of a second. Then it's Emmanuel. Here, that timer ticking down to 0. There it goes. Is the camera going to switch? Yes, it does. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It is lights out, but the drivers don't move. I think there's a jump start from Blaze Rapid there. That it would be a glitch. Are we going to see the same thing we did in Silverstone? Yes, we are. Red flag called because of a glitch with a disconnected car. Oh, I could be racing.
Now, coming on to the second lap here, we do see 3 cars pull into the pit lane. Shoot, Deadly, and Jock, so both Haas cars at the start of this race pitting into the pit lane. There was an incident at turn 1 on the first lap. A little bit of contact was made, and it was just enough to damage people's wings enough for them to need to make a pit stop after the first lap. It's lap 3. We see Joe with DRS, with the slipstream. Actually, no DRS, sorry, slipstream and battery. And he sends it down the inside of Prince into turn 1. Down all the way around, pushing Prince here. A little bit off track, just a little bit of squeeze, but he does make the move done. No contact was made, and it was a wonderful overtake to see. Now, this race, Carl and Emmanuel, the 2 drivers that were running AI, disconnected this entire race. And on lap 4, Ricori disconnects. Well, he doesn't disconnect, he straight up retires in the pit lane and goes off. Him and Emmanuel just being a little bit ill this weekend and not having the energy to really race. So it's a shame. Your first cars to peel into the pit lane on lap 14 is Carl, the AI, and Shoot as they go onto a fresh set of hards. Carl onto mediums. It's just the AI strategy. Now, at this stage of the race, 2 of your leaders, Clasito and Prince having a 3-second time penalty. They were battling really, really hard for about the last 10 laps, and Sammy was just slowly gaining each time they did this. His pace wasn't overly there today, but each time these 2 did fight, Sammy would gain a tenth or 2, and by the end of the race, it really mattered, as you'll see soon. As we're going to see here, lap 23, Clasito also getting a 3-second time penalty. That gap, 4.6 seconds back to Sammy. And if these 2 are going to keep fighting as hard as they were, well, are they going to finish on the podium? Cap, he's not too far behind Cap with a penalty though. So one of these drivers may not finish on the podium by the end. Lap 27, your last pit stop of the day is Soup boxing for the soft compound tyres, going for a fastest lap attempt. He might run out of fuel, as you can see at the bottom there. Fuel light is on. He wasn't the only driver. The Clasito also low on fuel. Of which, well, when one of you are fighting for a podium, that fuel's really going to matter. So we'll see what happens right at the end there. As we begin the final lap, on board with Soup here, just up in front, that's Clasito and Prince. They're going side by side into turn 1. Now, neither of them have any battery, and they're fighting just purely for what they think is P2. They're kind of ignoring the fact that they have penalties and Sammy behind doesn't. And each time they battle, like I said earlier, at times dropping, but Soup, he phases through them on his fastest lap attempts. These 2 still battling, and that time, it's hovering around the 3.5, 3.7 mark. But Clasito, gotta remember, he's low on fuel. He cannot afford to be losing any time behind Prince right now, otherwise he might drop out of that 3-second window that he needs, and Sammy will just be handed a podium. We fast forward to the final corner, and it's the gap between Prince and Clicito is 8/10, but behind Clicito 3 seconds. It's not even 3.1. Cabs and Sammy, they're now battling through that final corner. That's going to cost Sammy some time, and they cross the line. Sammy loses that podium position by half a tenth. Could that be because of Cab battling? Maybe, or did Clicito just have enough fuel to keep that gap as open as he did? Either way, very close finish.